but it must have been the wrong time. I'd have said the right thing, but it must have used the wrong line. I've been on the right trail, but I must have used the wrong car. Headers in a bad place, and I wonder what's good for. I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. My head is in a bad place, but I'm having such a good time. I've been running, trying to get hung up in my mind. Just got to give myself a good talking to this time. Just need a little brain salad surgery. I got to cure my insecurity.
Action!
Really?
I am not a tour guide.
Hello humans, how are you today? July the 1st, 2014.
Hiring a moped.
You'll have to shout.
We're hiring a moped.
Colours are good.
Daphne Springs Waterfalls.
Daphne Springs. Fast. While we are waiting to get hauled out, we carry on with some sewing jobs. We are in the process of making a cover for the generator. So Nat carries on getting the old varnish off, while I start cutting the shape of the material for the generator cover. Almost finished. So anyone who's had a boat in Greece knows that during the night you suffer from mosquitoes and during the day you suffer from wasps, especially in the evening. So we remake the door mosquito net and also a mosquito net for the top hatch. So the plastic mesh is gone and we now have this stuff, which is an aluminium mesh, which shouldn't degrade in sunlight, which is what happened to the other one. Loving the sewing machine. The new fly screen in operation. No more bugs. And my apprentice decides that she is going to make a cover for the barbecue because we lost it back in Porto Petro in Mallorca a couple of years ago. Why are we going to Preveza?
Because we have to haul out in a couple of days.
Yes, we have to come out of the water for paint.
And to plough.
So we've had our lazy month, haven't we? We haven't done a lot. We've done nothing really. Bit of sanding, bit of varnishing, bit of canvas work.
We've done lots of canvas work.
They have done a fair bit of canvas work. If you
Met new friends.
there's the barbecue cover. Ta-da! Here's one we made earlier. A new toy for dog, yeah. A floating one, so we can't lose this one.
When he throws it in the sea over the seawall.
Yep, and it floats. So we'll get this one back. That way, and then we go down a channel to there. And we will hopefully only be there for a couple of weeks. Unless we have the same problem as what happened last year.
But this year we're going to haul out for 2 weeks. Have the shop blasting done. Everything will be fine. We're going to slap some paint on and then get back in the water.
Yeah. And then maybe we'll go back up to Paxos and Anti-Paxos
Yes.
and Corfu.
Maybe. We haven't decided yet.
We didn't really do Paxos. I would like to have had a better look at Paxos.
Yeah.
Get the bikes out, we'll go in, tie up on the dock. So that is the latest news from the BA Newscast team. You're on GoPro, huh?
My name's not her. Good morning.
totally going to use the fingers crossed bit in the next video.
Aktio Marina have an unusual system where you anchor off of their slipway, or off of their travel lift, and you wait for a call on channel 9. Once you're called up, you just come into the pit, tie alongside, and wait for them to pick you up.
Aktio Marina. Crane out time.
I've got to say, as boatyards go, that's one pretty slick operation. And then, as soon as we come out, it starts to rain.
The locker lid's off. It's actually 9 o'clock in the morning. We've got the tents up. There's a thunderstorm outside.
This is us trying to roughly dry out everything that got wet this morning. We've had lots of rain, so we've had all of the tents up, so we've now opened everything to try and get some fresh air into the boat. So, honey, what's happening?
The extent we have to go to get this bloody dog off this boat.
What's wrong with him just carrying him down the ladder?
He wriggles. Last time I did it, he fell about 6 or 8 feet and then laid there for about 10 minutes, dazed with a concussion, pretending to be dead.
So So he's not just wearing that orange jacket as a safety at sea thing then?
No, the sucker's going over the side. He hates that life jacket. He can't walk around in it, he can't do anything in it.
It was just very amusing, the fact he tried to get up the steps from the saloon to the cockpit. Couldn't make the second step with his back legs, kept falling down, and then he got into the cockpit and got jammed between the smaller cockpit locker and the steering wheel. Couldn't work it out. Anyway, Operation Dog Ashore, down below.
Okay, winch him up.
It's okay, it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Let go. Let go. No. Okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay, it's okay. Alright. It's okay. You're alright. Bit further. Sorry, and I missed it, so it went a bit lower, so I tried to hit it a second time.
They're all over you, aren't they? They're horrible. Out for another yard period because the paint fell off after last yard period. So we are shot blasting everything below the silver line is being shot blasted and then painted by the yard. And I'm also going to paint topsides again. Up and away. So, Nelson, what do you think of all this? Nelson, have you got any comments?
And we've taken all the wood out of the swim platform as well because we took the colan off that, so that's all been stripped. Just this last little bit to sand. The rest is all done. All the way to the back. A few patches have gone a bit thin, so Ian's taken them right back. And all of the grey line and the area with the X on are all to be shot blasted back to bare metal. And above will be shot blasted but not to bare metal. And Ian's also sanded around the corner here, and we've got some planks back into the swim platform. Because Mummy can't play with him all day long. Huh? Huh? Huh?
Original colours, pale blue and green. Nice. What? You've sold the boat?
No, just taking the name off.
Can you show the crew?
She's currently called Riz.
Hey! Scratch the door!
So, our dog Nelson has a few issues with smoke and fumes, and he's just decided he wants to go out. So he's now stood right next to the little mosquito coil.
Nelson's getting his mosquito treatment. Jungle formula.
Thank you, sister.
Shows the tin.
We never used it on Drew, but Nelson loves it.
Jungle formula. Spray more, eat more. So this is after our first week in the yard. Still waiting to be shot blasted because it hasn't stopped raining. It's been crap weather. As you can see, the hull is in places into primer. I still have some fairing to do. But it's coming on. All on camera, Natalie. All on camera, and it's going in the video. He wants the pig.
Give me the pig. Give me the pig.
That was a very nice pleasure.
He's very friendly.
Right.
Give me the pig. Oh, you got your pig, you squeaky pig.
Hours of endless pleasure.
Come on, let's go.
See you later.
Don't forget where good old BA was built too. Right thing seems very close to it, switch.
See that boat out of the water? It looks huge. And now it's back in, it doesn't look so big, does it? I was once told Greece is a poor country full of rich people. Not far wrong. Everyone drives a travel lift. Going inside. Kalimera, good morning, how are you?
What have you got, Nelson? What is it? What is it? Gently. What is it? What does it smell like? Tortoise?
Smells like poo.
Some kind of berry.
Oh, he's trying to touch it. He did this with that bird that I had on board. Unfortunately, there was a little bird in it.
He did what?
He crawled up to Nelson. Well, Nelson was asleep, I think.
Nelson was looking
And this,
the other
because this thing doesn't move too quick. It's not a hare.
way. It's a tortoise.
That's a hare.
Hey, Tommy. Oh, there's another one.
Fairing the hull. So the boat is steel, but she's faired steel.
So she doesn't look like this boat here, which has all got lots of hard angles on it. So that, everybody, there's a frog.
Yeah, but some toads are poisonous, aren't they? This might be one of those poisonous ones.
Hey, little frog.
How the hell did he get up here? How the hell did a frog? It's 2 meters. It's 2 meters to the waterline, and then we got a meter of freeboard as a ballpark, right? So that's 3 meters, aka to all the Americans 12 feet.
Little frog.
And we've got a frog on deck. So we've just been shot blasted under the waterline, and they put plastic sheet down for something. I don't know why they put plastic sheet down, really. Take a look around.
Yep. No, don't do that. There's stuff underneath there. It's currently clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, what? Now. Right. What do I do? Filming?
Yeah.
Everything has a hint of blue about it. It's soon brown.
And just to make life better, what can you really do without tonight?
It'd be really good if it didn't rain, because some of this contains metal fragments.
It's looking a bit dark over there, honey.
So you know, like when they do those, what's it when they do those things on ice?
Curling.
Curling. So this is a bit like dogging, right? So
No, you can't call it dogging. And here comes the dog. Here comes the dog.
I think you can call it dogging.
So this stuff is a combination of grip lasting sand, paint and rust particles. If left on deck, it will just leave brown stains absolutely everywhere. Splitting it though, hasn't it?
Yeah. I think the blue one has now as well, really.
Yeah.
I might have to stop somewhere.
some of the fairing material proved so tough they couldn't get it off with the grip blaster and had to revert to using an air chisel.
Steel boats, warts and all. Nah, dog's busy. The dog's busy. So, in the past we've had repairs made. So this was done nearly 20 years ago. The front end's being rebuilt. These are the original welds here. You can tell they're originals because they ground the heads off, not something I normally do. There's a plate. This plate was put in a few years back. There's other plates have been put in as well. So we've shot blasted all of the epoxy coating off. Exposed some of this. This was done about 20 years ago. And our current problem is here. Good morning, how are you today? So the material that coats the hull, this stuff, this is the original. It's like a polyester, and this is the original steel. And the white you can see on here, this white paint is also the original. It's never been removed before. And we're just checking the rest of the hull now to make sure there's no other faults. I think this side's going to be okay. The other side is the refrigerator, which is water cooled and has obviously been leaking for a while. But I think this side, I think we're okay over here. It's not going to be a problem here. At least I pray it's not a problem. We also found that the cutlass bearing, after 900 hours, the cutlass bearing has too much play in it. So we're gonna change the cutlass bearing while we're out as well. And then I have to refair this. I'm not going to come as far down now, I don't think. I'll come down quite so low with this epoxy. I think I'll just stop a bit earlier and I'll fair it maybe 4 inches, 6 inches down, maybe 100 millimeters and that. I won't come all the way down with it now. It's too expensive. I can spend about 500 euros just on epoxy just to fair the hull. It's crazy. Just leave it as bare metal. These are plates that were changed before. So this plate here, this one was done some time ago. Same with this one. This one's 20 years old. This plate in here was replaced 20 years ago. One down the bottom, same story. So the hull here, all of this is good. This is all solid. This is all solid metal, no problems with any of this. And then where the refrigerator sits, this is corroded here, so this piece needs to come out. There's a frame, I suspect, just there. So maybe we cut it to the frame. And then just here, which is crazy because this is the welds and the epoxy that I put in last year. So I don't know how we missed this. And then this is the plate that was put in by James 20 years ago in Bristol, which is still like new. I guess on the inside maybe it's not so good, but the outside's perfect. I can't remember. I think James did this one too. And then this plate down here, this will put in later. The same with these, replace these through holes and this one. And then James in Bristol replaced all of this steel, this section here as well. So all that's fairly new, about 20 years, but it's in good condition. And you can see here the thickness of the polyester. In places it's over an inch thick. This plate here, this was replaced in Mallorca. The old transducers were in here. The transducers started to leak a little bit, so I cut all that out. Replaced all that. And then the rest of it's original.
So we have a few holes. We have some welding to do again. Unfortunately, the welder's machinery is 3-phase electric, and where we are at the moment, our location is only single-phase electric, so they have to move us to a separate part of the yard.
We simply couldn't stay on the boat any longer. There's welding to be done, panels need to be cut out, interior needs cutting out of the boat, shot blasting, sand everywhere. It was impossible to stay on the boat, so we moved into this lovely little apartment. We're here for a month. What do you make of it so far?
I love it.
We basically shopped around on Airbnb. We found this place for $500 a month, and we also found a hire car for under $200 for a month. Last year we spent 3 months living on the boat, on the hard, with no refrigerator, with no easy access to shopping. The dog sleeping on a pallet under the boat, and it's getting into winter here. It's getting colder, it's getting wetter. I wasn't prepared to keep doing that, so this apartment makes perfect sense. We hope you'll join us again next week on Blown Away when we continue with the work to the boat. If you enjoyed the video, please think about subscribing, give us a thumbs up, like the video, and obviously share it with your friends. Thanks.
Come here, Kermit. Frog in my ear.